Hello, lovelies. So today I want to start going over interpersonal effectiveness skills. So you might be really wondering what interpersonal effectiveness is. So these skills will help you build new relationships, strengthen your current ones, and deal with conflict situations. They help you effectively ask for what you want and say no to unwanted requests. There are three main skill groups for interpersonal effectiveness in DBT. The first set focuses on obtaining objectives skillfully. How to get what you want from others while also maintaining your relationships and self-respect. The second set is about building relationships and ending destructive ones. How to find friends, how to get them to like you, and maintain relationships, as well as how to end the damaging ones. The third set covers walking the middle path skills, balancing acceptance and change in relationships. Today, we're just going to go over one of the three skills. So here are the goals and factors that interfere with interpersonal effectiveness. So we want to be skillful in getting what we want and need from others. So getting others to do things that you would like them to do, getting others to take your opinions seriously, and learning how to say no to unwanted requests effectively. Another goal is building relationships and ending destructive ones. Strengthen current relationships. Don't let hurts and problems build up. You want to use relationship skills to deal with problems. We can repair relationships when needed, resolve conflicts before they get overwhelming, find and build new relationships, and end the hopeless ones. Then walking the middle path will be creating and maintaining balance in relationships. Balance acceptance and change in relationships. Factors that are in the way of interpersonal effectiveness. So you may not have the interpersonal skills that you need, and that's totally okay. I'm happy that you're here. It's funny, we're not really taught these things, growing up in the world. So this is one of the reasons I love DBT so much. But anyway, moving on. So you might not really know what you want. You have the skills, but you can't decide what you really want from the other person. You can't figure out how to balance your needs versus the other person's needs. So like asking for too much versus not asking for anything. Or saying no to everything versus giving in to everything. Or your emotions could get in the way. Or you might end up forgetting your long-term goals for the short-term goals or urges. So you put your immediate urges and wants ahead of your long-term goals. The future vanishes from your mind. And this is usually all due to emotion. Or other people are getting in your way. So do you have the skills, but other people get in the way? Other people are more powerful than you. So this could be if you have a boss who's giving you a hard time, or a parent, or somebody in a higher position than you. Other people may be threatened or may not like you if you get what you want. Other people may not do what you want unless you sacrifice your self-respect, at least a little. Your thoughts and beliefs are getting in the way. Worries about negative consequences if you ask for what you want or say no to someone's request gets in the way of acting effectively. Beliefs that you don't deserve what you want stop you in your tracks. Or beliefs that others don't deserve what they want make you ineffective. So I just want to go over some myths that get in the way of interpersonal effectiveness. These are really important to know for us to stay effective. So I'm just going to read through this list here. I don't deserve to get what I want or need. If I make a request, this will show that I am a very weak person. I have to know whether a person is going to say yes before I make the request. If I ask for something or say no, I can't stand if someone gets upset with me. If they say no, it will kill me. Making requests is a really pushy, bad, self-centered, selfish thing to do. Saying no to a request is always a selfish thing to do. I should be willing to sacrifice my own needs for others. I must be really inadequate if I can't fix this myself. Obviously, the problem is just in my head. If I would just think differently, I wouldn't have to bother everyone else. If I don't have what I want or need, it doesn't make any difference. I don't really care. Skillfulness is a sign of weakness. Can you think of any other myths or limiting beliefs that are getting in your way? Myths that are in the way of relationship and self-respect effectiveness. I shouldn't have to ask or say no. They should already know what I want and do it. They should have known that their behavior was going to hurt my feelings. I shouldn't have to tell them. I shouldn't have to negotiate or work at getting what I want. Other people should be willing to do more for my needs. Other people should like, approve of, and support me. They don't deserve my being skillful or treating them well. Getting what I want when I want is the most important thing. I shouldn't be fair, kind, courteous, or respectful if others are not so towards me. Revenge will feel so good, it will be worth any negative consequence. Only wimps have values. Everybody lies. Getting what I want is more important than how I get it. The end really does justify the means. Are there any others that you can think of that are holding you back? Obtaining objectives skillfully. So we want to start by clarifying our priorities. How important is getting what you want or obtaining your goal, keeping the relationship, and maintaining your self-respect? Objectives effectiveness, Dear Man. This is the first skill we're going to go over today, and this will help us be effective in asserting your rights and wishes. Relationship effectiveness is the give skill. We'll do that next week. And this will just help you act in such a way that you maintain positive relationships and that others feel good about themselves and about you. And then we'll move on to self-respect effectiveness. And that skill is called FAST. And this will teach us to act in such a way that you keep your self-respect. Other factors to consider here: just decide how firm or intense you want to be in asking for something or saying no. Remember to pay attention to your tone, your facial expression. Stay mindful when you're doing all of these things. Clarifying goals in interpersonal situations. So these are the questions you want to ask yourself. For objective effectiveness, you want to ask yourself, what specific results or changes do I want from this interaction? What do I have to do to get the results? What will work? What will be effective? Relationship effectiveness, you're going to want to ask yourself, how do I want the other person to feel about me after the interaction is over? Whether or not I get the results or changes that I want. What do I have to do to get or keep this relationship? Self-respect effectiveness. How do I want to feel about myself after the interaction is over? Whether or not I get the results or changes that I want, What do I have to do to feel that way about myself? What will work? Okay, so dear man, this is one of my favorite skills. And this is just a way to remember these skills is to remember the term dear man. Describe, express, assert, reinforce, stay mindful, appear confident, and negotiate. So describe. Describe the current situation, if necessary. But if we do this, we're sticking to the facts. We're telling the person what you are reacting to. So, for example, you told me you would be home by dinner, but you didn't get here until 11. Express. Express your feelings and opinions about the situation. Don't assume that the other person knows how you feel. So the example here would be, when you come home so late, I start to worry about you. You want to use statements such as I want instead of you should. I don't want instead of you shouldn't. Assert. Assert yourself by asking for what you want or saying no clearly. Do not assume that others will figure out what you want. Remember that others cannot read your mind. So the example here would be, I would really like it if you would call me when you're going to be late. Reinforce. Reinforce or reward the person ahead of time, so to speak, by explaining positive effects of getting what you want or need. If necessary, also clarify the negative consequences of not getting what you want or need. So the example here would be, I would be so relieved and a lot easier to live with if you do that. Remember also to reward the desired behavior after the fact. Stay mindful. So keep your focus on your goals. Maintain your position. Don't be distracted. Don't get off the topic. So in this step, you're just going to be a broken record. You're going to keep asking or saying no or expressing your opinion over and over and over again. Just keep replaying the same thing again and again. Ignore attacks. If the other person attacks or tries to change the subject, you want to ignore the threats, comments, or attempts to divert you. Do not respond to attacks. Ignore distractions. Just keep making your point. So the example here would be, I would still like a call. Appear confident. Appear effective and competent. Use a confident voice, tone, and physical manner. Make good eye contact. No stammering, whispering, staring at the floor, or retreating. No saying, I'm not sure, etc. Negotiate. Be willing to give to get. Offer and ask for other solutions to the problem. Reduce your request. Say no, but offer to do something else or to solve the problem another way. Focus on what will work here. So the example here would be, how about if you text me when you think you might be late? And if you're still struggling here, you can turn the tables. So turn the problem over to the other person and ask for a solution. What do you think we should do? I can't just stop worrying about you, or I'm not willing to. So to turn around a really difficult situation, focus the skills on the other person's behavior right now. When other people have really good skills themselves and keep refusing your legitimate request or pestering you to do something you don't want to do, you will apply the dear man skills. So in this type of situation, we're going to first describe the current interaction. If the broken record and ignoring don't work, make a statement about what is happening between you and the other person right now, but without inputting motives. So that could look like, you keep asking me over and over, even though I have already said no several times. Or, it is hard to keep asking you to empty the dishwasher when it's your month to do it. You obviously don't want to hear what I'm saying right now. You obviously don't care about me. Well, it's obvious that what I have to say doesn't really matter to you. Obviously, you think I'm stupid. We want to express feelings or opinions about the interaction. So, for instance, in the middle of an interaction that is not going well, you can express your feelings of discomfort in the situation. So, that can look like, I'm sorry, I cannot do what you want, but I'm finding it hard to keep discussing it. Or, it is becoming very uncomfortable for me to keep talking about this. Since I can't help it, I'm starting to feel angry about the situation. Or, I'm not sure you think this is important for you to do. We don't want to say, I hate you, or every time we talk about this, you get defensive, or stop patronizing me. These are all things that'll put the other person's guard up, and you really won't ever get anywhere in these interactions. When you are vulnerable, it gives the other person permission to be vulnerable too. So the next step would be to assert our wishes into the situation. When another person is pestering you, you can ask him or her to stop it. When a person is refusing a request, you can suggest that you put the conversation off until another time. Give the other person a chance to think about it. And this can look like, please don't ask me again. My answer won't change. Or, okay, let's stop discussing this right now and pick it up again sometime tomorrow. Or, let's cool down for a little while and then get together to figure out a solution. You would not want to say in this situation, would you shut up? You should do this. You should really calm down and do what's right here. Reinforce. When you are saying no to someone who keeps asking, or when someone won't take your opinion seriously, suggest ending the conversation, since you aren't going to change your mind anyway. When trying to get someone to do something for you, you can suggest that you will come up with a better offer later. And this could look like, okay, let's just stop talking about this right now. I'm not going to change my mind, and I think it's just going to frustrate the both of us. Or you could say, okay, I can see you don't want to do this, so let's see if we can come up with something that will make you more willing to do it. We don't want to say, if you don't do this for me, I'll never do anything for you again. Or, if you keep asking me, I'm going to get a restraining order against you. Or, gosh, you must be a terrible person for not doing this or for asking me to do this. So our practice for the week. So I would love for you to think of a situation within the past week where you could have used Dear Man. And how would that situation have gone differently for you? Look for a situation to practice using Dear Man in this upcoming week. And just so you guys know, this might feel uncomfortable at first because it's new, you're not used to it, but the more you practice, the more comfortable you will get. And then you'll just start using these skills naturally, and they'll be there for you when you need them. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this is helpful for you. I would love to hear how it's going for you in the comments. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time.